Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to another computer science lecture for 9618 AS level. And today we are going to start section number 10, data types and structures. So today we'll be discussing 10.1, data types and records. So here we have the basic data types. The primitive data types are those variables that can be defined simply by commands built into a programming language. So basically these are those data types which a programming language already has. Primitive data types are also known as atomic data types because they can only contain values of a single type. Basic data types incorporated by a programming language includes. Now every language has slightly different names for data types. However, the followings remain constant, or rather these data types are almost always a part of a programming language. The first one is integer. We call it integer in pseudocode especially. However, in different programming languages it is sometimes not available by the name of integer. Anyways, an integer is a positive or a negative whole number. A real is a positive or a negative decimal number or floating number. A char is a single character, for example answer equals to t. A string can contain alphanumeric data and symbols. A string variables can also be blank. This is known as empty string. Then we have Boolean data type. It can only have two values, true or false. One thing that is new in A-level data types is the date data type. A date consisting of day, month and year, sometimes including a time in hours, minutes and seconds as well. So you can use the date data type to record date in any of the standard formats, which can sometimes include time as well. Then we have the record data type. Records are known as composite data types which contain data items of multiple data types. The advantage of a record is that all related data is tied together in one place. You can think of record as a table or as an array, but instead of having a single data type, different columns can contain values of different data types. So they are rather just like a record in the database, where inside a raw or a record each column or attribute contains values from a different data type. A record can be created so that you can store values of multiple data types in a single memory space. They are incredibly useful and popular in many languages. The record type is also known as user defined types because the programmer can decide which variables or fields to include in a record and what data type would be associated with which field. For example, if data about a student such as their name, date of birth, age, whether they play cricket or not, can all be logically grouped together in a record. Now if you want to save these 1 2 3 4 data about a student, you will either have to create 4 variables or you will have to create 4 different arrays. However, by using the record data type, you can simply use a single memory space to store all 4 values, although they are all different. Name would be string, date of birth would be date, age would be integer or real, and whether they play cricket or not would be boolean or char. All of them can be stored in a single memory space if you create a record data type for the students. A user defined data type must be defined before it can be used. As this is not a part of the core programming language, so first of all you will need to create a data type, a user defined data type to be used, and then you would be able to use it. Otherwise not. It's just like you cannot use or input values into a variable without declaring it, or you cannot output values from an array that you have not declared pre-hand. Syntax for declaring record data type is follows. First of all, you write the key term type, Then you write the name of whatever name you want to give to your user defined data type, or you want to give to this record. Then with a little indentation, you write the declare keyword, and then you write your first name of your first field and its data type, then second, then third, and so on, till it's up to you how many different fields you want to include. More than one fields inside the record can have the same data type as well, if you're wondering that. After you have declared all of the fields and have mentioned their data type, then you simply write end type, and your user defined record or user defined data type has been declared successfully. For example, type, this would be the keyword. Student record is the name we are given to it. Then declare name as a string. Then the second thing we need is date of birth. So declare date of birth as date. Then we declare age as real, and play cricket as boolean, and end data type. We have successfully created 4 columns or 4 attributes in this record structure, so that all 4 values can be stored in this data type, this user defined data type, which we have named as student record. Once the data type has been created, it can now be used to declare a variable and be used. For example, declare student. Now student is simply the variable that we have created, and that single variable, as we have assigned it the data type student record, which is our own defined data type, so that means this single variable can now hold 4 values of multiple data types. You can also do that with an array as well. You can create an array of this data type. Now each cell or each block in the array would be able to store multiple values, because you have given it a user defined data type or a record data type. Items from the record are now available for use, and they can be identified by their field name or attribute name or item identifier name. If you want to input a certain value only, such as you want to input age, or you want to output only date of birth, or you want to output play cricket or not for a certain student, then you can do it like this: input or output, then you write the name of the record data type, which is this. We named it as student record, and then we put a dot, and then we write the name of the field that we have given to it when we defined this user defined data type or UDT or record data type over here. So by using a dot or a period or a full stop, whatever you want to call it, you can input or output individual fields or individual items as well. So that's actually everything you need to know for your section 10.1. I hope you have understood everything. Now the only thing left is that you go and practice a lot of topical past papers for section 10.1. If you have any confusions or problems, feel free to ask me below in the comments. Secondly, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so, and share it with your friends as well. Lastly, if you need a hard copy of all these notes, you can get it in form of the study pack for AS, as well as if you or anyone you know needs a study pack for computer science, IGCSE or O levels, or you need reliable study notes for physics, IGCSE or O levels, then go down. The link is in the description. Use the form link given over there. Place your order. And I'll see you guys in the next lecture, and we'll continue this. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.